As you guys know, we spent a lot of time talking about our favorite rappers and some of the best in the game, but we also have to show love to some of the worst rappers in the game, and that's exactly what we're doing in this video. We brought in great songs by bad rappers, and we're going to go through them. I brought in my list. Ant brought in his. Let us know in the comments, what do you think is the best song out of all the ones that we mentioned today, and smash the like button for more content just like this. And when you look at the pool that you have, could you say they're all truly terrible rappers?
I could say they're bad rappers, or at least like not up to par. Like
Bottom
I guess
tier.
I get exactly like it has to be bottom tier rappers. I have some guys on here that I actually like
Listen to
enjoy listening to, but you have to admit like they're not fucking great. If anything, they're not even good. But at the same time, like you could get away with certain things, right? So I have songs on here that have like ridiculous production, or like, for example, I have a rapper on here that dropped a couple of bangers and then after that completely fell off because his consistency reeks, you
Yeah.
know? So it depends what you look for. I have some surprises, though, out of the genre towards the end. I'm going to give you some guilty pleasures of mine when it comes to bands that either I enjoy or I hate, but regardless have delivered me great songs. But all right, this first one, bro, this one's gonna bring you back down memory lane. This has an iconic music video to it. I remember being 12 years old listening to this song with my cousin on YouTube. I was a big Waka Flocka Flame fan at the time, and this is not a Waka song. This is an MGK song. This is going to be Wild Boy off of the Rage Pack that he dropped back in 2011. Bro, this song fucking slaps,
Bro, you know what?
bro.
He wasn't that bad. In the early 2010s,
Bro,
MGK went on a bit of a run.
fucking slaps. And obviously, like, his career was, pushed into a different direction. He wasn't always a great rapper to begin with, and he's always had this stamp as, like, a corny rapper.
Yeah.
But if you go back to his earlier mixtapes, bro, a song like Wild Boy, I remember this went uber viral on YouTube in like the early 2010s. Him coming out of Cleveland and creating a new lane for himself. Him having even a better performance than Waka on the same song as well. He's rapping with super fire flows. He carries the hook. It was a smash hit. This was a good time to be an MGK fan. And I've seen this song perform live on footage and stuff like that, YouTube videos. You have to see the mosh pits that happen when this song comes on. It's undeniably a great fucking song.
Shout out to MGK, bro.
I had to
Honestly
bring one
speaking,
in.
though, I think that career change of going into like rock music and punk, it was for the best, bro. The guy made a bag off of that, so shout out to him. Next up for me, Lil Yachty, bro. Listen, I think he's a decent rapper. I think he's probably the best rapper that I brought in today. But that being said, it speaks volumes when his best album isn't even a rap album, bro. It would be Let's Start Here, which is a cool psychedelic rock experiment that had catchy songs, had standout performances from the likes of Diana Gordon. But I didn't choose a song from that album just because those get a lot of love. And I wanted to choose something for, a song where he's actually rapping. I thought that made the most sense. But yeah, no, generally speaking, I know it's going to get a lot of backlash, but he's a pretty mid-rapper, if we're being honest. Often spitting off beat, consistently getting bodied by the rapper he's working alongside, for example, Pardon Me with Future, TD with Tierra Whack, The Secret Recipe with J. Cole, Dynamic Duo with T Grizzly. It's just a common thread in his catalog that he's going to get outperformed when he's rapping. That being said, there's a number of Yachty songs I fuck with, but I chose to go with A Cold Sunday, which is one of the only solo Yachty songs that I ever really kept in rotation. And
You get this lush beat him back, bro.
he's
really
flowing
nice.
effortlessly on this song, bro. He's finding the perfect pockets. The rhymes are actually connected for a change, and his timing to punch through his vocals in between the amazing soul sample that's playing in back is amazing. The beat is so heavenly. I love the guitar lick as well. And yeah, shout out to Yachty. He always felt like a Bronny James, let's say, where it's like he's not the worst player you've ever seen, but you do ask yourself, does he really belong in the big leagues? You know what I mean?
I think it comes down to his curation, the way that like he chooses his producers and stuff like that. Like, I think there is a lane for Yachty, but like you said, not the greatest rapper, bro. And I think you could have gone with other songs, but that's a great example of a great song by a mediocre rapper. Next up on my list, bro, we're going to the Diddler, okay? And
Diddy himself.
And I don't revisit much of the Diddler's music. I feel like there's a lot of just lore that I don't enjoy, bro, anymore. But
Is this I'm Coming Home?
I'll be missing you when that comes
Oh,
on.
okay,
You know
I'll be
what?
missing you. Okay.
That's a fucking classic song.
You remember
know?
Coming Home? I think it's with, is it Skylar Grey on that song? That
I'm
was
not
a
sure.
solo Diddy song where he actually has a decent performance.
And you know what? I think if someone were to make the argument to me that this is one of the biggest cash grabs of all time, I might agree with you, and the fact that he's still paying the residuals to Sting is pretty funny. But at the end of the day, it wasn't an emotional performance. But you see, I'm not sure if it was an emotional performance or was he putting the mask on and now it was like, okay, let's cash in, because there was obviously a lot of theories with Biggie's death and everything, but we'll put that all aside. But of course, you have the Sting sample that rings off throughout it. I love Faith Evans on this song as well, and I think it's a classic song for the genre, and it's a great tribute to, one of their closest collaborators and one of Diddy's best friends. I'm not sure allegedly, but you know what I'm trying to say. And there was a bunch of lore apparently that like Biggie was trying to get out of his deal with Bad Boy Records because he felt like he was being held back by Diddy, and Diddy was strong-arming him, and then that played into the whole thing. You guys could go down a whole fucking rabbit hole, but I'll be missing. You know what? At least it's emotional.
Yeah,
it's
it
an
actually has
emotional
some
song.
meaning. Yeah,
That's it. I don't know if this is fucked up, but I've heard it at funerals, and it's a really nice touch.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I've heard it at funerals, and it's a really nice touch,
Imagine hearing Diddy's voice at a funeral. That's crazy.
Yeah, but not many, like...
Yeah, not everyone knows the lore, I guess.
But even at that, if it's like pre-2020s, like you don't really know what's going on, whoever's watching this, I'll put it out right now. Don't play this at my funeral. It's okay. We're good to go. I don't need this song played at it, but nonetheless, I think it's a classic song.
Yeah, I mean, listen, shout out to Sting, bro. He put his great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren through college with his collections on this one.
They'll be able to buy land with that one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, bro.
Yeah, they'll do great things.
They'll conquer the entire wrist board with that one.
That and Lucid Dreams, holy fuck, bro.
Yeah.
You're
work with that.
You're filling your pockets.
But yeah, that being said, shout out to the song Coming Home. You made me think back to that one, which was a 2010 song, double platinum. That was a serious Diddy song too. And oftentimes it's not even his own doing. It's because there's a crazy feature, a great catchy hook. Anyways, next up, speaking of another rapper, YBN Namir, bro.
Oh, I got a YBN Namir song.
Listen, man, he was popping
Which
back in 2018 when he had Rubbing the Paint ringing off. And I know he's gotten clown since, but bro, to have 2 double platinum songs is still impressive. I chose Bounce Out with that.
I chose Bounce Out with that as well.
Yeah,
if
bro.
you were around for that 2018 period, there was a time where people were saying that Namir was going to have more longevity than Court 8 because of those 2 smash singles that he had within that period. And there's nothing crazy about them, right? That's not revolutionary to the rap game. They're just trap bangers, bro. You get this Hood Zone production, get these knocking 808s. It's fire. You're getting these fire keys throughout it. And he's literally just talking about him getting in his whip, bro, and he's fucking scurrying. He's talking about luxury. He's talking about, obviously, what he's doing in the rap game, the dominance. But it was a good time because YBN Namir was on a fucking run. And then, obviously, he does what he does with everything else.
With Vision Land and just, everything that came after. But I will say that this song was designed to be a hit, bro. Like, the energy is contagious. And not only do you get a hook, but you also get a refrain after that. And there were quotable lines like, bitch, I'm a P, bitch, I'm a G, took that little bitch on that bitch off a leash. Like, I just wish the song was longer. It could have had another verse. But, yeah, bro. Even the production's fire. It's a simple, bouncy West Coast beat, some punchy drums, some fire 808s.
The Cole Bennett video was well for it at the time. It was an iconic moment for him, and he was fucking going crazy. But it's...
Why does he classify as a bad rapper? I would just say, bad songwriting. Also, not the most captivating mic presence either.
One-dimensional as a rapper. Never really made a studio album that was worth listening to. Had his 2 singles, and then after that, well, he kind of fucked off.
Lyrical Lemonade video for this is nostalgic as fuck.
Yeah,
I watched that back over for this, but...
super sick.
All right, next up, someone else I think you might have on your list as well, 6ix9ine.
I don't have any 6ix9ine.
No 6ix9ine songs?
No, I thought it was a cheat because I've spoken about how much I like Gummo, how much I like these other songs before, so I thought I'd keep it a bit more refreshing.
6ix9ine might have the crown for being the weakest rapper with the most bangers, bro. Like, I don't know how this guy fucking pulled it off.
He went
but
crazy.
He did it time and time again. Like, there's at least 5 different slaps from 6ix9ine that are undeniable to me that I think are actually quality. But this song itself, Kika, featuring Tory Lanez, that's my pick. This song just has an undefeated formula, bro. You're getting Scott Storch on the keys. You're getting a prime Tory Lanez feature. And 6ix9ine wanting to prove that he's still not finished after putting out Dummy Boy and, being in the midst of the trial and everything else.
And I remember as well within that time, the whole shtick was hit with him was that every time I'm going to drop a single, it's going number 1.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he did. I think he has 7 number 1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100.
Maybe less. I think he has less. I think he has like a couple, 2 or 3.
Actually, let me fact check that. I remember his run was nasty.
Yeah, but I appreciate this song because of Tory's hook making ability, bro. Like, bitch, we in the city on the hot shit. I do my own stunts, Jackie Chan with it. Like, an amazing hook. Also
Oh,
funny.
yes, my bad.
How many
so,
number ones?
So number one hit and 3 top 10 hits.
Yeah, there you go. Still
So-
impressive. But yeah, I love also the humor at the end of the song where like Tori's about to say, "It's fucking Treyway," and then he
Yeah.
stops himself and he's like, "It's fucking Trojan. It's fucking Target." Just to say something with the letter T. And if you remember, it's because the judge had banned 6ix9ine from saying that word because of the ties that it had to gangs. But that being said, I love the island vibes of the beat, bro. You're getting that steel drum loop from Scott Storch. 6ix9ine brought the energy. And I got to give him credit even for the Bobby Shmurda line. That was cold. Another song on the list that could have been longer. Could have been a bit longer, but for what it is, it's a great song.
Still a
It's a
slapper.
fun song.
Play that in the club and everyone's going crazy. Next up on my list, I think you might have him on this, bro. It's Smoke Perp with Fingers Blue featuring
I do
Travis.
have Smoke Perp. A different song, though.
Okay.
A different song.
Which one did you go for? So we'll talk about them at the same time.
I have an underrated one. This is What I Please featuring Denzel Curry. I don't know if you remember
No,
this.
I don't remember this.
Oh, you got to go back. This
Yes,
is off of Death
sick.
Star 2.
Okay, so speak about
Really.
that first, and then I'll speak about Fingers Blue on the first
I mean,
Death Star.
Smoke Perp as a rapper, listen, bro, I've fucked with a lot of his shit early on, looking at a song like Ski Mask or Audi or Fingers Blue with Travis maybe being his best song. Also 123 and Bless Your Trap. That whole tape he did with Murder Beats goes under the radar. That's probably his best album, in my opinion, but just never was the most skilled rapper. You know what I mean?
And it didn't last for long either.
Yeah.
Once you started getting in the 2020s, those songs like Audi, for example, or Fingers Blue, like that formula
stale.
wasn't, like it wasn't replicable and you weren't able to get it. But nonetheless, for me and Fingers Blue, this is interesting. If you guys didn't know, bro, Smoke Perp signed to Cactus Jack and Travis, bro, when it first happened.
was,
officially. And this was back in 2017.
Probably like a 1-year deal or something. It was a short-term thing.
But
right?
this was one of the first features that Travis gave him, and this is a
Travis got a word from the Oracle. He's like, this guy's going nowhere.
Yeah.
Fucking ship him out after this album.
obviously the whole concept of the song is counting money until his fingers are blue. Talking about his drug use and his whips. It's
And his blue hunnets.
and his blue hunnets. But you get this crazy Roddy J beat in the back. It's dark. It's ominous. You get these fast-paced 808s as well, and then Travis comes on, bro, and he does such a great job. This 2017 Travis was delivering so many great fucking features, and as much as I will say Smoke Perp did not have the longevity, or you could say that his career got derailed. I saw videos of like 10 people showing up to his concert, bro, in a fucking restaurant. This is the one.
Yeah.
This is the one. I might put this
It's
on
not the
after in
only
whip.
one, though.
It's not. You're
It's
right.
not the only one. And I'll say this. I was always surprised that he didn't have as long of a career, as many hits as someone like a Lil Pump, because I always found him to be a bit more talented. And honestly, I think he has had at least even more potential than a lot of the new gen kids that are being gassed up today. But regardless, What I Please with Denzel Curry, one of his most high octane performances ever. He sounds fired up on this song, giving you one of his liveliest hooks ever. And then Denzel,
Yeah.
bro, he leaves Earth on this song, bro. He's hitting you with one rapid flow after another. He went beast mode on this track, and that's a reason why it's so good. And also, the hardcore trap beat is fucking bonkers, bro. Like the bass on this car. Play this in the whip after.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do Fingers Blue, follow it up with this. You're gonna enjoy yourself.
Money. All right, let me go on to Lil TJ next. So,
Okay.
most people recognize TJ now for begging streamers to react to his music or him getting into altercations. Him
And Airbnbs.
Yeah, him just like doing anything besides making good music. But there was a time where he was on a crazy run back in 2019, and when he was looked at as one of the most promising rappers in the game,
Especially
coming out
for
of
the
New York.
melodic scene.
Of course, absolutely. Yeah, Calling My Phone that went off.
yeah,
like you had a
amazing
lot of great tracks.
Is that your
were
pick?
coming.
Calling My Phone?
No, it's gonna be FN, and I
Okay.
think this is a fan favorite for every TJ fan that was coming up around that time. And I remember back in 2019, he was coming up, Polo G was coming up, Roddy Ricch was coming up, and there was a big shift towards more melodic rapping. Juice WRLD was, his influence was heard through everyone's music. But this is a great fucking song, bro. The writing is really strong on here, talking about him coming out of his hood in New York, talking about how he wants to dominate the market, how he's the most promising rapper that's coming out of that area of the States. Also, him talking about, a past friend that fucked him over, and now he's on top, his friend is trying to come back into his life and he's not letting it happen. Regardless, though, great beat as well. You're getting this vocal sample that rings off throughout it. The mixing and mastering on the song is good. Like when TJ was getting his records, probably like when it was properly produced, bro, like this, Calling My Phone, he was unstoppable, bro, and he was able to do it. But I think maybe a lack of focus and all the antics and obviously his career getting derailed because of the incident, I think back in 2021, where he was unfortunately, hospitalized for an incident. I think this would have been a much different career for him if he would have just stayed focused. And
Dropped
he
a pretty good song after he came out of the hospital. I don't remember the name of it.
Well, that whole album was pretty good, though, no? Remember we reacted to it? What was it called?
I don't think the album was good, but there was like his song, like that was, I think the cover was him in the bed, in the hospital bed, and like that was a fucking good song, just to say. That being said, shout out to TJ. Next up, another controversial one for putting him in a column of bad rappers. YB had to make my list. This is going to be No Smoke by YB, another rapper who has one of the most beloved fan bases, one of the biggest rappers of this generation, countless plaques. And when it comes to YB, I just think he peaked really early on, bro, and just got worse with time and eventually became a bad rapper because he didn't start off as one. I think he's tied with Yachty, though, for being probably the best rapper on this list. I really fuck with Until Death Call My Name and even both AI Youngboy projects. That era from 2017 to 2019, he was on fire. He was making slaps. And then, he just started giving you more of that screaming delivery and these terrible, squeaky, high-pitched vocals across entire albums. And the albums felt bloated. They felt directionless. And I became checked out after that era. Other songs I fuck with Make No Sense. Outside Today, obviously. Invincible. But I wanted to show love to
500,
Yeah, but I wanted to show love to No Smoke just because it's not one of his top 10 most streamed songs, but it's still one of his best. Really smooth flow in the song, natural variety in the vocal tone, great hook also, and I just love that mix of gangster rap with melody on this. He's talking about like the grimiest shit imaginable, but he's serenading you almost with like these really nice harmonies in the back, and it's just a wild juxtaposition that I fuck with for this song and some of the other songs in his catalog, but why be better, bro?
Why be better? Next up, Navraj.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I'm with Nav here.
Yeah, you were Nav. You have a Nav one? I do. I could have gone, anything off of Nav self-titled. We've spoken about that album a lot, but I wanted to talk about Champion actually off of Reckless because this is at a time where Nav was coming off of self-titled, did the Beebs in the Trap feature. He was going crazy. He was producing Drake records back in 2016. Like, this was a hot time for Nav, and this felt like the labels took him to a different level. They decided to say, okay, you know what, Nav? You're going to be the next global superstar. And somehow this guy was selling over 100,000 copies first week. Somehow. I don't know how it happened.
I feel like Cash XO was the plug, bro. Like he was putting him in the right rooms and like just getting shit
putting
done.
him in the right Spotify queues. We'll say that as well. Anyways. Nonetheless, Champion, I think this is one of the biggest bangers in his catalog. This is the lead single to Reckless, which released in 2018. And of course, him and Travis were cooking up that entire year. He had the Yosemite feature. It was a strong year for Nav. And this was the song for me that I remember the most out of this run. This was his commercial peak. Throughout Champion, I feel like it's an energetic banger. You're getting a bunch of cultural references within the song as well, which I find pretty cool, to the Matrix, NBA players, Kendall Jenner. You name it, there's a load of cultural references within the song, but I love the foreign track and OZ production on this, bro. It's a bit wompy, and then after that, there's these nice subtle time changes within the beat where it slows down, it speeds up. Like, it's just a dynamic track, bro, and it was when these guys were at the peak of, like, their music-making abilities. So I think most people would probably still have this song in this in their playlist. Like, if you don't like Nav, you have to still like Champion. You can't say you don't like Champion.
Will, yeah.
Yeah, you can't deny that it's a fucking banger, bro. And it's crazy because there's 2 Travis features on my list. This guy was just giving out features like it was candy at the time.
He was, and they were good features. But yeah, speaking about Nav, another song that even if you're not a Nav fan, you're going to fuck with this. I don't give a shit. This is Some Way featuring The Weeknd off of his self-titled album. And like you said, I could have picked so many Nav songs. He's another example of a rapper that peaked early on into his career. But yeah, after Beebs in the Trap and his self-titled project, we became fans, bro. It was just that syrupy auto-tune, the infectious melodies, the hazy atmospheric production that he chose. It just created a sound that was easy to get lost in. That's the best way I could put it. But this song, some ways, a fucking vibe. You're getting a rap verse from The Weeknd, who's just skating on this beat with ease. He's rapping about taking someone's chick and how the guy feels a way about it. And it's actually rumored that this was a Justin Bieber diss because Bieber had dissed him on an Instagram live calling his music whack. And this was around the same time that The Weeknd was dating Selena Gomez. So pretty interesting lore behind the song. That being said, Nav is flowing on this song too, bro. Rapping with so much confidence. Crazy one-liners like, I think my nuts look better on her face. Just a fun turn-up song. And like I said, even if you're not a Nav fan, bro, you're going to want to listen to this. You really will. But what do you have next?
Next up, Getting Jiggy With It by Will Smith. So, listen, a lot of bad propaganda around Will Smith as of late, especially with his newest return in the Lyrical Lemonade freestyle and how many bad tracks he released in 2025, but Will Smith is still somewhat of a GOAT in my eyes, and if you want to call him a bad rapper, that's completely fair.
You think he turned into a bad rapper or started off as one? Because his earlier shit, like, he had some nice hits.
Yeah, but even at that, like, Getting Jiggy With It, or even Miami, the whole no swearing gimmick, and him calling out rappers for swearing, like, it just didn't fit that.
Summertime, another good song.
Yes, it didn't fit that mold. I could have brought in Miami. That's going viral right now because of all the Miami compilations on short-form content. Getting Jiggy With It, though, this is a song that I loved early on because it was played in Shark Tale. And I remember watching Shark Tale as a kid, and my dad would then introduce me to a bit more Will Smith music because his best friend was into Will Smith music. Anyways, this is genuinely a great song by a bad rapper. A bunch of great sample flips on the song. Bro, Nile Rodgers said that it's one of his favorite fucking songs of all time, which I find crazy. But nonetheless, you're getting a super infectious hook on here. Will Smith is talking literally about getting jiggy with it. Him dancing with the honeys. There's nothing more than just a feel-good vibe when you put this on at a party and have a good time.
Dancing with the honeys.
There we go. Literally. That's what he says he's doing.
Yep.
Now, honey, come home, come ride. DKNY, he said. But you see, like, still cringy lyrics within it. He was never the craziest writer, there was a lot of lore behind this song, because people thought that Nas had wrote it, but within a 2014 Reddit forum, Will Smith confirmed himself that he was the one that wrote it. It's still probably Nas. Who knows at this point? But regardless, another great song by a bad rapper.
Absolutely. This next one is going to be from the one, the only, Fabio Foreign.
Favi.
Listen, man. Generational feature on Off the Grid. He had the fucking verse of his life on that song. He outshined Kanye and Playboy Cardi. I didn't expect him to match that verse with future music, but I expected some of that momentum to spark something dope, and it never really did, to be honest with you, besides this one song maybe, which came out shortly after that verse. This is Story Time. And listen, bro, I really fuck with this song. And I thought it was maybe going to be a single for his album Bible. I was hyped because he gave us, more of what we already heard on Off the Grid, where it's like you're getting powerful songwriting, you're getting a monstrous drill beat and powerful delivery from Favi. And this is an intense, high-energy storytelling banger about an innocent kid who's going through the prison system for the first time in his life, and he has to adapt to the environment.
It's a great fucking song,
good twist at the ending. Just a dope song that showed his promise that he just never fulfilled.
Then you got Bible and everything was just sort of
and you got like these were like the major moments for me as someone that was interested in Favi's music. It's like you got the Off the Grid, then you got Storytime, which was a banger, then you got City of Gods, which was a terrible remake of Empire State of Mind, and then you got the Airbnb incident with Blackboy Max. Like, those were like the major like stepping stones in the career.
That was a huge and they decided to make like a Miami-based club song around that incident in the Airbnb and calling out Blackboy Max. Anyways, I don't know. It felt like he didn't have much to say after that Off the Grid verse and after a couple of tracks.
It's unfortunate though, because think about the potential.
Yeah, he could have done a lot with it and just never materialized. Okay, this is going to be my last rapper for today, and then after that, I'm going to go for some off-the-board picks with my next one. This is going to be Betrayed by Lil Xan. 2017 was an iconic time for SoundCloud, and Lil Xan was coming out throughout that SoundCloud scene, and I think automatically a lot of people took him as a joke just because of all the tattoos, him saying that he was better than Tupac. Whatever, bro.
There's stupid takes. Fuck.
Yeah, fucking
some really dumb fucking takes.
Yeah, him saying that he overdosed on hot Cheetos. There was like a whole bunch of incidents that revolved around Lil Xan's career that would probably make you feel like I'm not gonna visit this guy's music.
This guy's clout chasing.
That's what it is.
Chasing the clout.
But Betrayed went fucking crazy. It's undeniably a great song. It's a great written song as well. Him talking about his drug abuse and his problems, especially at a young age, and how he feels trapped by it because he has this life of fame around him and he can't seem to get out of it. We were talking about the YBN Amir video with Cole Bennett. But this one's iconic as well. One of the most viewed videos in Lyrical Lemonade history with Betrayed. And, you know, he just talks about even the girls that he's with, the relationship problems. I feel like it was just a relatable song for a lot of people that were into more cloud rap, mumble rap back in 2017. And regardless if you didn't like his antics or his music, he's got a lot of shitty music. This guy's not a good rapper. This was one of the few times where, like, okay, you know what? We could get it going.
I don't know about great song. It's a good song, maybe at best. I'm not playing this shit anymore.
Even the Bobby Johnson beats production and back was super cool. You're getting like this cloud rap as like drugged out production. It's a bit more slower tempo. His cadence is monotone on it as well, so you could feel like the pain in his voice a bit. It was just a really strong performance, and it's the reason why it's one of the biggest songs in his entire catalog. And maybe if you guys are a younger audience, you might have not listened to this or whatever it is, give it a try. It's a really solid song.
All right, next up, Nine Vicious is in my list. This is going to be Studio Addict, and it's no secret I'm not a big fan of Nine Vicious, but I do think the best part of his artistry is actually his beat selection, bro, and his distinct choices where he raps over these chill and soulful samples that are fused with trap drums. And to me, the reason why I don't respect him much as a rapper, I just don't think that he's original enough, bro. To be honest with you, when I listen to him, I'm like, all right, bro's just like a Young Thug clone with these super annoying ad-libs. And even his recent album, Emotions, he went like 7 for 23. There's never good ratios for the hit to miss on the albums. One song that I genuinely, fuck with, though, comes off of his 2025 EP, Studio Addict, and it's a title track, Studio Addict. And he's rapping over this beautiful beat with some smooth backing vocals, a nice guitar loop, and just a really nice mellow vibe. And yeah, I mean, like a lot of his songs, the best part is the production itself, but he's actually showing his vocal range on this song. He's hitting you with some interesting melodies, some relatable lyrics about not wanting to give up on a relationship. It's one of those songs where I'm like, okay, like if he makes more in this ballpark, I could see him going a bit further. Like, there's some real potential. I don't think like I'm totally counting him out at this point, but he needs to do more to carve out his own unique style. That's kind of where I'm at with Nine, but good song. You'll find some good songs in the catalog.
All right. Let me go on to my non-rap picks. Actually, you could say Eddie Murphy's rapping on Party all the time a bit throughout the verses. There's a bit of rapping performance, but if you go to any other Eddie Murphy song, in my humble opinion...
How many does he even have? Does he even have like a studio album?
He does. Bro, absolutely, he does. He has one called Comedian, then he has his own self-titled Eddie Murphy, then he has So Happy that dropped in 1989.
Fire.
He has How Could It Be? Bro, he dropped 4 studio albums in an entire decade. He was taking his artist career seriously at the time. I think movies were probably paying him a lot more. Yeah. But nonetheless, bro, this is a massive fucking song from when number 2 on the Hot 100 back in 85. And you know what, bro? When there's Rick James production in back of it, you could get behind this record. The hook is infectious. There's an iconic music video behind it as well, seeing him in the studio with all of his friends being like, yeah, this is awesome. You know, like doing that old like 80s dance. Super fun song though. Was featured in GTA 5 as well. So I guess there's like a cultural factor of it actually aging well. And I feel like now every time I open Twitter, every couple of months or so, someone pulls up this song in the music video and says, who the fuck knew Eddie Murphy had a crazy record like this? And I'm as surprised as you guys because, to be honest, he was a pretty bad artist.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't say. I haven't heard his stuff besides that.
Listen, if there's any other songs that you guys want to go listen to that I feel like Boogie in Your Butt. Boogie in Your Butt's one of them.
That's crazy.
Then he made a reggae song called Oh Jaja. Eddie Murphy, that's crazy, bro.
Oh Jaja.
Yeah. Delirious, that's another one. Anyways, I made sure to do my homework before I brought this in because who knows? Maybe Eddie Murphy has a stacked catalog like he does within his, film career, right? And all the movies he's done, but it's not the case. This is the only one, and this is genuinely an anthem, though. This is something you write out to. It's something you can put on at the barbecues. Everyone fucking loves this song,
This is in the 80s, 90s playlist, the dance playlist that I have for sure. Next up, What Happened to That Boy by Birdman, featuring clips from 2002. It blows my mind that this song even exists, knowing what the history became between Cash Money and the clips.
But this is one of the key reasons why, like,
this song is recognized as what started the entire beef between them. And the story goes that Birdman recruited them for the song. He got clips on there, and he got Neptunes to cook the production up. And he fucked up on the splits. He didn't pay the Neptunes for the beat, and this created the whole riff between Cash Money and Clips. And then you had Pusha T starting to diss Lil Wayne, and then you got the Drake feud. It all stemmed from an old song in 2002, and the song's a banger.
Birdman and bad business are synonymous.
Oh yeah,
Like this
It
guy
always
has,
happens,
this
bro.
guy has fucked so many guys over. Even Drake has dissed him before because this guy was holding out so much money from his artists.
He kept
just
the
a-
Carter 5 from us for so many years.
Yeah,
bro.
he was a super villain, bro, just to
Yeah.
reassert his dominance, you know. But
real supervillain. But yeah,
if you guys
speaking
haven't
of-
listened to it though, it's a great fucking song though.
Oh yeah, I mean, listen, if you've listened to Birdman's solo shit or even his collab album with Wayne, he can't rap. He just can't do it. But his confidence that he talked his shit with was always motivational. I'll give him that. But anyways, what happened to that boy? It popularized the brrr ad lib from Birdman. It's a really dope coke anthem. Neptune's hitting you with this unconventional beat, and Malice and Pusha T are rapping incredibly, bro, as they always are. Treated it like one of their own album cuts with real effort and slick bars. And Birdman had one of the best verses in his career with just some cool luxury rhymes. Listen to it, guys. It's a piece of hip hop history. Like it really is. Given what it
The
caused.
chain of events
Like,
that this
like,
caused.
This is one of the biggest like butterfly effects in hip hop history.
Yeah, you might have never gotten like a Drake feud with Pusha T if that was the case, and Pusha T, you know, going after Wayne after like a lot of history. We actually covered this, I believe, right, in an audio podcast episode
Maybe.
when we spoke about the Drake and
Yeah,
Pusha T
possibly, yeah.
because we talked about the chain reactions. Anyways, great bring in, Lou. This is gonna be my last song on the list today. My boys Nickelback, bro. Okay,
But are they bad artists? You love Nickelback.
I love them, and I don't. You could see there's a bit of fromage in the music now,
Oh, for
right?
sure.
And I love them a lot more when I was younger because I didn't have the taste in music that I do now, right? And it was your typical divorced dad rock band, bro, from the 2000s and that type of music. But sometimes that's fire, bro.
Yeah.
And sometimes you could get it. But there's obviously better bands that do their type of music right, whether it's Creed, whether it was Foo Fighters back in the day. Like, there's more established bands that actually had a lot more artistic value. And honestly, I could have gone for 5 songs on this, but I brought in Rockstar because of the concept of it. This is a great fucking song, bro. I don't care what you tell me. If you're a divorced dad, you're putting this on with the shades and the Corvette C6, which are flip-flops, and you're having a great day.
You're just alone eating a
that's-
fucking.
wake up-
You're alone eating a Baconator in the parking lot of Wendy's, listening to this song.
Or
bro.
you got home like Michael DeSantis to your open mansion. You put this on with the shades and the flannel T-shirt or the flannel button-up shirt. Sorry, and you're cracking Coors Lights in the morning, and this is coming on in the sunshine. But sick concept behind it. You have Chad Groger talking about how he would give up anything, bro, and how he's really frustrated with his career. And then like there's the back and forth speaking to Satan and how like they're willing to literally give their life to fortune and fame because he wants all the benefits that come around it. So, for example, he wants a beautiful house and he wants it to be featured on MTV Cribs, or he wants to go out and date Playboy bunnies, or he wants to take drugs and doesn't want to take or he doesn't want to pay for them. Like there's all
The
kinds.
wishes of a divorced dad.
Exactly. Him talking about how he wants all kinds of classic vintage guitars in his tour bus. Iconic hook
Yeah.
too. If you guys haven't listened to it, it's just fun and it's a piece of Canadian history. So shout out to Chad Groger and all
Shout
of
out to
Nickelback.
Nickelback. My last song, "Kiss Me Through the Phone" by Soulja Boy. I feel like I had a take once upon a time saying that I didn't fuck with the vocals or whatever it is. I take that back, bro. This is such a fun
I can't
song.
wait until you backpedal like that for Lollipop.
Not
for a
never
candy shop?
happening. No. Those vocals are atrocious. But that being said, Soulja Boy in his prime, bro, from like 07 to 2010.
Yes, sir.
Putting out smacks like Crank That, Kiss Me Through the Phone, Turn My Swag On, Pretty Boy Swag. And then you got 8 awful albums over the course of the next decade. You got a Soulja Boy console. You got his fucking iced out G-Shock and a bunch of bullshit that followed. But this song, I mean, listen, bro. You can't deny why people love it. The hook is contagious. The beat is so 2008 with the bright synths. And it's just a nostalgic song to hear, bro. One of those songs that, like, you hear once and you never really forget. Just extremely catchy. And I feel like even kids from this generation that have not listened to it, they would probably enjoy this for sure.
Yeah, they would absolutely enjoy
It's
it.
aged well. To me.
It's aged super well. Soulja Boy was in his bag, and you can't say that it's not an influential song. Sort of like mixing that trap production in with like Soulja Boy's melodies. He was always good with his melodies and his
he
hooks,
was.
bro. You can
Early
never deny
on,
that.
yeah.
And then after that, well, everything else happened.
Everything else happened.
Yeah, I wanted to put out a console. He did it. It went uber viral, and he wasn't able to fulfill any orders because you're not Sony, bro. You're not Microsoft, bro. Not Nintendo.
Hey, he still did it first, though.
He did it first.
Give him the credit for that.
That's all I have on my list.
That's it. That's the end of the episode,
Beautiful.
guys. Let us know.
Eddie Murphy, Lil Xan, bro.
What's the best
Smoke
one
Herb.
that you heard? Should we do a part 2 to this? Let us know in the comments. We'll catch you next time. Peace.